Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Red Dead Redemption on the MysteriousJG. This pause screen, not that you're hearing it right this second, has some pretty sexy sax licks that it will play. But anyway, no, so yeah, we're picking up from mid-mission. We rode in with Captain de Santa to Chuparosa, where the Mexican army has captured Javier Escuela and Bill Williamson, and they're going to give them to us as thanks for all the hard work we've done. So that's pretty cool. And, you know, I know that we'd been a little suspicious of Captain de Santa. Oh, there's that sexy sax. We'd been a little suspicious of Captain de Santa ever since that incident with the train, where he offered us all this money, and instead we ended up fighting a whole bunch of dudes with very little backup. But, I mean, everything's cool now because he's giving us what we want and what he promised, which is Williamson and Escuela. And he could tell we were tense, and I appreciate the fact that... Screen's going to sleep here. I appreciate the fact that he tried to relax us by involving us in a little fun wager mini game, which depleted our Deadeye and our ammo. So that's a really cool way to relax us before whatever's about to happen. But I say that as though we don't know. We're going to get everything we wanted.
They're in the church.
So we're just going to go in the church and...
Don't worry. Right behind you.
Very reassuring.
This is it. Moment of truth.
Why are they in the church?
It is a good place as any to judge a man. Wouldn't you say?
Sounds
They
fair.
armed?
No, they're prisoners. Take a deep breath. Calm yourself. It would be like lambs to the slaughter.
It's an interesting phrase. See, we're all worried about nothing. We're surrounded by Mexican army soldiers who are clearly our friends, going into the church for an execution. I don't see how this could possibly be turned around and be a bad situation for us. Sure are a lot of abandoned towns in this game, certainly in the Mexico portion. So it's all going to be good. Basically, we just won the game. Really? I mean, I guess there is one more guy we got to capture, but
Mr. Marston. Gracias for your service to this land.
what? I can't believe this. Did we just get betrayed by the villains? You better watch out for... Thank you, Mr. Marston, for your service to this land.
Marston! Hey! Marston!
I'm listening.
You have betrayed this land enough.
I just rescued one
I
savior.
hope you have a clear conscience. Because you're about to meet God. My brother! They will kill you if we don't get your ropes off.
Hey, he's actually being helpful. This is cool. He actually... I'd forgotten about... I knew that you got betrayed. I forgot that Reyes personally rescues you. So that's pretty cool, because he definitely owes you his life. But he's actually going to pay us back. And because of the sequence in which we did the missions, he's going to pay us back almost immediately. I think before, when I did this, I did the rebel missions first.
Lucky for you, I arrived when I did. I guess we're even then.
Now find your weapons and fight these dogs.
So I don't have my weapons. Just a knife.
Don't just stand there. Kill these traitors. ¿Dónde está de Santa? Libertad.
So these guys are traitors to Mexico, I guess. Got it. Oh, I can't go in. That's pretty badass.
I ain't getting fresh. You clearly don't like me much.
So that guy's upstairs. And we get to kill DeSanta, who's been a not really... I wanted this whole sideline. Is he supposed to be homosexual, or are they just people talking about him and it's not true? But he's definitely not a very likable guy. Talked a lot of really dark political stuff about rule of force and... That being said, just because we want revenge on him doesn't mean that we should be rushing through this without looting corpses, so... Let's not go crazy here. Making sure that we check every armoire. Otherwise we might miss $5.
Are you here to fight or not?
Damn it.
You will not leave here alive. El infierno te espera.
So there's a guy I didn't kill yet. Damn it. I wasn't sure that was the... Did I kill the captain guy from before? That wasn't DeSanta. He would have gotten an ending speech. He actually did fight. I'll give him credit.
Living together in a noble republic, justly ruled by fine men.
Like me. Pretty guys.
But el trabajo, the job is not done. Our struggle is not over. We will fight all day and night until local tyrants like Allende are no more.
Girl. Make Mexico great again.
All his dogs are brought to the sword. We shall be free.
I am speaking to you in English for some reason.
A woman in this land. And one day soon, Allende will know justice. My brothers, fight on! In our hearts, we are all free! Let us make
John still doesn't seem to be getting into it, but...
revolution! Viva Mexico! 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 Mexico!
John don't give a fuck. But he got an awful lot of fame for that. Well, kind of telegraphed it a bit, but we knew this day was coming. The Mexican army are like the Jamaicans of Grand Theft Auto 3, or the Russians in Grand Theft Auto 4, and I won't say anything about Grand Theft Auto 5, because that's new enough that people watching this might still intend to play it who haven't played it, I guess. But yeah, the Mexican army is that faction of this game. You have to do missions for them to advance the plot. They will betray you. Although in this case, unlike many of the Haitians were that group in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and of course in San Andreas, it was like the freaking main story of the game is that very early on, your own closest allies betray you. But we were forced to. I mean, John Marston really has no one to blame but himself for this. He might have been smart to realize that the Mexican army was using him and was never going to give him what he was looking for. But he did not have to go down. And he rescued Louisa he rescued Louisa because he met Lanston Pickett, and Lanston Pickett seemed like a cool dude, and he asked him to do it. And at that point, I hadn't really gotten involved with the Mexican army missions anyway. I don't even know if I don't really remember if they were available to start. the Mexican army mission chain will not end. This mission won't populate until you've done the missions for the revolution that will cause them to betray you. But that's the thing I'm getting at. I, as a game player who knows some of this, I'm trying to work the system to see what will happen. But the way the story is set up, you are supposed to do missions. I mean, basically, John Marston's conscience gets the better of him, and he decides to help out Luisa Fortuna because she seems like a good person. And just decides to help her out, and it really fouls him up here. Now he's still has no idea where these people are, Bill Williamson and Javier Escuela. And now maybe the rebels will help him. Maybe they'll treat him better than the Mexican army did. But basically, he stuck his neck out to help this girl, and now he kind of owes his life to the revolution. But we can tell from that last cinema. I think it's pretty damn clear from that last cinematic. He does not believe in this revolution. He is not like going to get into this wholehearted and think this is going to be an awesome thing. He's just trying to get his mission accomplished, and now he's got a different set of allies who might be able to help him. So we can now do missions for Abraham Reyes. I believe that is the final mission chain that terminates the Mexico story, and missions for Luisa Fortuna. But the way this game works, there are no story missions that are skippable. If we do all the Reyes missions, and those are the ones that lead you to finishing the Mexico chapter, eventually they will stop coming until we do the Luisa Fortuna missions. So we might as well do the Luisa Fortuna missions next, because I like Luisa Fortuna. And that cinematic we just saw with Reyes personally rescuing John Marston and then delivering a speech is as appealing as he ever is in the game. The mission where you rescue him and he offers you his, quote, wife in his heart, Louisa, to warm your bed for you as a reward, that's kind of more what he's really like. But anyway. Maybe that's just me being cynical. If we ride out someplace where we can make camp, not off a cliff. I honestly don't remember. I'm curious, though. If we try to go back into Escalera, which is like the stronghold of the Mexican army guys, I don't know if they will be hostile to us on sight. Because they should be. Like, at this point, we should be basically marked as their enemy. But I am curious. We could go over here, save the game, and certainly we haven't been to the gunsmith in that town, because I don't think I realized previously that there was a gunsmith there. So we got, like... You were either going to throw me off my horse... Yeah, okay, so actually... It sounded like somebody was yelling at me, this is not your like... No, I'm not going to do another social club challenge right now. Be too worried about losing my horse. But, I was a little worried there that she would either throw me off my horse and try to steal it, or that when I get up to her, a bunch of red enemies would populate. But I'm still not sure sometimes if... Okay, I guess I yelled something at those guys that I didn't bother to fight. Oh, just jump off the cliff, horse. Come on, I was trying to take a shortcut. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm still not sure if the woman who calls out for help and you go help her and get attacked by like 30 hostiles is part of a setup, like she's working with them, or if she's supposed to be a victim and they're stopping you from rescuing her. Can't always tell. Because suddenly a bunch of red blobs are on your radar and I'm just trying to fight them, rather than figure out what the dialogue is saying. Especially in the Mexico chapter with the dialogue, subtitles, and this is fair, I think, untranslated Spanish. So if you, the player, don't speak Spanish, you don't speak Spanish. So you still don't know what's going on just because of subtitles. Subtitles are to help you if you can't hear the words, not if you don't understand the language. In this game, anyway. So this whole long, unnecessary trip is because I want to shop at the gunsmith, and I'm also curious as to whether we can get into the town. We have, of course, a house here. which we would probably have to stay at because the shops are not going to be open at this hour. Where's a hitching post? Houses usually have a hitching post. I guess there's one kind of behind this house. Maybe the town itself is not considered part of the base, and if we go into the base, we get attacked. All your base are belong to Mexican army, after all. Okay, well, let's do this.
All right, let's go.
Vamos, gringo! I wish everyone to see me be a hero.
So, I don't know if I'm any better at this than I was before, but Gonzalo Brejas... Oh, it looks like he's army, too. And I'm wearing different clothes now. But I'm the man with the golden gun. What the hell? I do not really understand that, actually. I was hitting the button that I thought would meant that I would shoot, and nothing was happening, and I was just continuing to build up new points on that guy's... Well, whatever. Yeah, I don't really understand the dueling minigame, but we ended up in the same town. Because we were right outside of our house, and some guy challenged us to a duel, which we lost. So maybe we'll get another shot at that. But I don't particularly understand the dueling game. I thought I had, like, pulled my gun and was going to win, but apparently I didn't. We also changed out of our bandito clothes. And I did not actually request for that to happen, so I'm not sure why. I guess because we're no longer considered... Like, that was our uniform when we were serving the evil Mexican army, so now... Yeah, we had our poncho on. We've got bits of the Reyes Rebels outfit. Love is the opiate stranger's task. I mean, we could get the Reyes Rebel outfit, but I'm not really all that bothered by some of these. Could try the Duster coat for a while to change pace. And if we were to save game but not actually save on a slot, I believe time would advance and maybe we could do some little mid-mission shopping. Yeah, so the shop should be open now. Alright. Guess we'll find out. Maybe... Yeah, the shops should be open. So somewhere over here... Okay, here we go. Well, I saw it a minute ago. Here we go. Gunsmith store. Pistolepo.
Bienvenido. Let me know if I can help. Encuentro este cabrón con mi mujer.
How are you, friend?
What up, gangsta?
Are the mejores en escalera.
Well, I can buy that.
Dicen que hay gente buscando tesoro en dedos torcidos.
We got some pretty expensive guns here that I don't already own. Semi-automatic pistol.
As you like.
Bolt-action rifle. And semi-auto shotgun. We should be just about... No, we're down to 1,000, so that... we're not poor, but we're not wealthy either.
Santa me da besos como si fuera su hermano. Forme.
We're using mostly the rifle, so...
I don't know how you get away with these prices, mister.
It is an army town, man. The army's paying for the taxpayers are paying for this, man. Did you just say, I am macho? I am Hector Macho Camacho. Maybe a little later in the game we'll meet that famous lady doctor.
¿Cómo se siente?
Talk to the doctor.
Dicen que Reyes no se atreve a visitar a Escalera. A sus órdenes.
I thought we were all stocked up on medicine, but maybe not. Thing about medicine in this game is that usually I'm either getting shot so much that I'm going to die immediately, or not. There's not that many cases where it seems to make a difference. At any rate, Mexican army guys do not seem to care that I'm here, so I don't think they've become like a hostile faction where we can't be in their spaces. I think it's just entirely down to individual missions where we'll be fighting them.
Hello, sir.
Bandana. I think that's an outfit scrap. There's a rebel scrap. And there's horses.
Why do I feel like I just got robbed?
Anyway, let's try to fast travel back to the Tempest. Oh, I'm thinking of a different game. Well, we got a few minutes left. I probably got to call it a session here. But let's try to get to Luisa Fortuna and see what's up. People over there, what's up? If you feel me, say what's up. And if I try to ride to her, we're going to spend the whole video on that. So let's go try to camp and fast travel to her. Let's go camp in the middle of a field of cacti. People over here. What's up? We got like 4 pardon letters. We get those for doing... Bobo was thinking that there might be a finite number of crimes you can be pardoned for. Well, not if you're Sheriff Joe... what's-his-face. You can get pardoned for as much as you want. Let's go ahead and travel to our destination. People over here, what's up? If you hear me, if you feel me, say what's up. All right. Well, that looks like a Duster coat outfit shot right there. All right, Louisa. I guess I owe you my life now, so... Well, your boyfriend. She was not present for that cinematic, but... I prefer doing missions for her than for Abraham. He just seems... He saved our lives, but he just seems like a jerk.
Hey, senor.
No pissing on that rock.
You want trouble, friend? Manos arriba. Antelas. Tranquilo. Tranquilo, amigo. Tranquilo. Ya lo tengo. Muévase, cabrón.
So this isn't going very well. Guess we're being taken to meet with rebel leader Louisa. Yeah.
Mr. Marston, I knew you would come.
Thanks for the welcoming committee.
I'm sorry, we cannot be too careful. The world is very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you greet it with a gun.
Like me, I'm not like that at all. Could I have his gun back though?
Mr. Marston, my father was killed yesterday.
Oh, that sucks.
The army found him and accused him of treason.
Well,
they cut out his heart and fed it to their dogs. Allende did this.
He kind of was doing treason though.
In honor of 2 young girls.
I'm sorry to hear that, Louisa.
My father must not die in vain. His death must mean something.
It'll mean that war is brutal and unnecessary and good people die. And that's all it will mean.
That's not really helping her.
You know I'll do whatever I can, but I have problems of my own.
We all have problems. This is about the people. My father died for his people.
She really doesn't care about John's problems.
Like that they may be free.
While there are guns and money, there won't be any freedom, Louisa.
We got to go back to the barter system and fighting with bows and arrows.
Great victory. Allende knows this and has sent for reinforcements. Abraham Reyes asked personally that you stop them reaching Escalera. They are coming by the old trail. You must ambush them.
I have my own family to worry about.
Mr. Marston, I have lost my father. My mother is in the United States. My sister has fled. I have no family. Just because. Please. Good actions make you a good...
You won't come back to America with me? Bonnie McFarland's got a ranch, and...
But I will help you, out of respect for your loss.
And I don't like Allende anymore anyway, so...
Thank you.
Come on! The army convoy is already on its way.
Speaking of shotgun, I got a new shotgun. I got exciting new action
Bring your
rifles.
horse or ride on the wagon with me.
Got to look up these. I bought a bunch of new weapons and didn't really figure out which one's the most powerful. So power, Winchester repeater carbine, bolt action's got a lot more power. It has the slow rate of fire, not that much slower, but fast reload speed. Yeah, bolt action rifle's better than any of these other ones. So we're gonna talk this time. We didn't talk last time. I was disappointed.
Sorry about your
Oh, here we go.
His death must not be in vain.
Yeah, we got that.
Now we shall fight even harder to win power for Abraham.
I admire your devotion.
He is a true revolutionary. A man who puts the needs of others before his own. A man who fights out of love rather than hate. But you know this already.
Do I?
Heard about the battle at Chuparosa. How he killed nearly 100 soldiers to save your life.
Really?
It'll go down in legend. I'm sure of that.
Can I trust you, Mr. Marston?
In what way?
You have done so much for me and my family, but I still can't forgive you for helping Allende, for what you did to the rebels.
I'm here for 2 men, that's it. Not to take sides.
That's why I took
And
both.
certainly not to fight a war that isn't mine. It makes no sense.
You make a choice by not making a choice, you know.
You got me there.
I saw him do bad things. Things that disgust even me.
He put ketchup on a steak.
One day I will cut his heart out.
But me, you, him, we're all shooting people. Don't really seem like we're so very different.
I haven't shot anybody.
Why, Mr. Marston? The ideals we hold, there can never be revolution without blood.
Well,
Until
not around
people
here.
forget what they're shooting for, and just enjoy killing for its own sake.
You Americans forget too quickly. That is the problem. If it wasn't for your revolution, we would still be making tea for the English.
So,
We knew where we stood. It's more
you want to
difficult
comment on what we just did with that train, or?
like shit.
It is the same here. We fought off the Spanish. We fought off the French. We even fought off the Americans. Finally, Mexico won its independence, and all we've done since then is fight each other.
Well, what about
At least you're
football?
keeping up tradition.
It will end when
Lucha
Abraham
Libre.
takes control.
Well, that's fighting.
When the Spanish left, we renamed this province Nuevo Paraíso, New Paradise. One day, it will live up to its name.
But no time real soon. Give us a little time on that one. Now, I think the dialogue's over and the video is about to run out, so I want to try to knock out a mission real quick, call it a video, and be done here, so...
It is not far now. The army convoy will be coming from the east.
We going to steal their supplies?
No, destroy them and kill everyone. Abraham wants to send a message.
Uh-huh.
You have experience with explosives
A little. It's been a long time.
As soon as I rock and rolled.
because we do not. You will man the detonator. My men are waiting there for us. They will also need your help setting up the dynamite.
We were planning on just
My best.
carrying around a bunch of dynamite we don't know how to use.
There they are.
The fools.
These men will help you rig dynamite on the road. Please tell them where to place it. I'll be
Maybe
waiting
I
up
need to
above,
call it a video and
watching
do
for
one
the
more
wagon.
video.
Okay, follow me, gentlemen.
You are the expert gringo? Show us where?
This one might take more than one try, because... The length of wire for the rig dynamite is limited. I can't...
You must be fast. The convoy will be here soon.
I don't know where they're supposed to be coming from, though. Like, are they coming over the bridge? Are we blowing up the bridge? What are we doing here? Okay, show the rebels where to bury the explosives on the road. Press Y to mark location for dynamite riggers to place dynamite on the road. Yeah, I think it's the road. I don't think we're supposed to be doing it on the bridge.
Bury one right here. And here. Here. Here's good. Set the last one here.
Louisa is waiting for you at the top of the hill.
So maybe it's not as complicated. I think that was the right way to do it. We have to wait for them to be... I've tried to spread them out so that we can take out as much of the convoy as possible. If they're just going along that road, then that was probably pretty much how to do it. But we'll see. Hopefully, if we screw this up, we get a chance to start over.
They are coming. Get ready, John.
I'm going to run around in circles like a psycho.
Look.
Did that work out at all?
Come on! I'm right here!
Concentrate! Asesinos!
I think we've pretty much got them. I'm not looting corpses because I want to finish this guy off. That seemed pretty successful.
Thank you, Mr. Marston. We are a step closer to power.
Kuros, visions
My
of
father
power.
will be very proud.
I hope it was worth it.
I must return to Campo Mirada. Meet me there when you can. I will do my best to return the favor.
Hopefully not the way Reyes intended you to. I'm a married man. And so are you. Well, a married woman. Except you're not. I don't think he treats you like you are either. Why did she just yell idiota? Oh, she ran over a corpse that got in her way, I guess. Well, the corpses seem to have been cleared out, so... no awesome loots there. I got really worried about making sure I set up that dynamite right and then realized it probably doesn't matter. They like to do little missions like that where they give you like some interesting and unique way of taking enemies out that doesn't really have to be done correctly, because if you fail, you just do the missions the normal way. I don't know why I'm bothering to set a waypoint there. Next time we play, we're going to want to probably fast travel to where Louisa is. But for now, I'm just trying to get out of here so we can make camp and I can call it a video. Oh no, the horse didn't really have that much stamina before it bucked on me. Is this the wrong horse? Dun, dun, dun. Well, whatever. Alright, folks. Going to call it a video here. when we come back, we will do more missions for the rebels, because the rebels, we'll do more missions for the rebels, because at this point, that's kind of the only people that we can do missions for. Anyways, folks, I'm the MysteriousJG. I hope you guys enjoyed, and tune in next time for more of Red Dead Redemption. The Mexican army betrayed us. Shocking swerve. Bye-bye.